Yeah. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe all of our YouTube videos by hitting that notification bell. Buy a subscribe button. Let's get it popping. All right, y'all. If you guys would like to as well, go ahead and look at our ticker in the Cash App. It's $BJ Matthews. Again, $BJ Matthews, where you can show your love to the podcast by donating whatever you guys would like. Everything counts. For this updated great content that we continue to give y'all. We're going to continue to do that throughout the week. But let's get into the show. Wow. Breaking news. Okay. Utah all-star shooting guard, Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz has just been traded. Okay, just been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, the report just came out a matter about 3.5 hours ago by Adrian Wojnarowski. Senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski broke this news on ESPN that the Cavs and the Utah Jazz have made and agreed on a deal for Donovan Mitchell, where they have traded away the Cavs. I'm talking about they traded away Colin Sexton, Lauri Markenan, and I believe 2 protected draft picks sent to the Utah Jazz for the All-Star guard and Donovan Mitchell. Now, when I first heard this news, I was actually sleeping. You know what I'm saying? I was actually taking my nap, because y'all know before I have my shows, I have to, take my little nap, you know what I'm saying? So I'm energized for you. I'll give y'all the best energy possible. I was actually sleeping, and one of my subscribers, y'all know Bubba, actually messaged me and said, wow. And I'm like, what? So I opened the text, and it was like saying Donovan Mitchell is traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm like, what? Spider Mitchell traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers, man? Dang. So I had a show talked about today, discussing Chet Holmgren, injuring, getting out for the whole season, and that was circulating around. Could he be? Is pro-ams actually a bad thing for the NBA? Or I'm sorry, are pro-ams something that should be avoided? Vice versa, training. That was going to be my topic today. But once this news hit with Mitchell, that got pushed to the side. Okay. Shout out to my man, Plays with Key. What's up, little bro? He said it don't matter what seed they are, they're not coming out the East LL's blue, bro. Herm said over with the Lakers, man. It's been over for the Lakers. Bruce, we're gonna get into it today, brother. We're gonna get into it because I think a lot of people, including me, were surprised on this. Right. So Mitchell, again, he got traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers today. And I was gonna kind of go through a little bit of sequencing. I'm gonna bring y'all in, man. So from what I understand, what I've seen, heard some people in Cleveland right now, the city's jumping. Like, they're excited. They're actually giving out Donovan Mitchell jerseys as we speak. And he just got traded a few hours ago. So the city is definitely, on its feet for this trade. They all for this. So, in that case, we got to ask the question, why did Utah even pull this trade off? I mean, they got rid of guys. They got rid of their coach, Quinn Snyder, who it appears like Donovan Mitchell was close to. They released he actually left the team over the summer, the offseason, willingly. Right? And then you got guys like Joe Ingles, who got traded to Portland. He got hurt, and then he went to Milwaukee. They just got rid of Royce O'Neal. He sent him off to Brooklyn. So what they're doing is they're really choosing to break this team up. Now, we know that Utah has been a top seed the last couple of seasons, dating back to the bubble, where they were the 3rd seed. They lost in the bubble to that Denver Nuggets team. They blew that 3-1 lead. And then the next following season, they were the number 1 seed in the West in the entire league. And that was the year that people were really high on Utah, as if they can possibly get to the finals. right? But they ended up getting knocked out by yours truly, my Clippers. So I think that was the beginning of the end for the Utah Jazz, because you had two meltdowns, and each one of those meltdowns I felt took a big hold on Donovan Mitchell. I think both of those meltdowns really took a hold on Donovan Mitchell. You could just tell he was depressed on both of those exits, where Utah had a strong enough team. They just, they couldn't keep their composure, and they weren't able to finish the deal. And that's why Utah has been given the name to be their frauds. So Danny Ainge is now the GM of the Utah Jazz. He's won a championship with the Boston Celtics. He's a former Boston Celtics player. He's responsible for putting the big three together with KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. So he does have some experience when it comes to, putting teams together. So they decide to, bring him to Utah. And it looks like what he's doing is he's trying to get as many picks as he can prepared for the future. Do I think Utah really had a bad deal? I don't think they had a bad deal at all. I think they got exactly what they wanted. They got protected picks for the future. You still have some, youth with Stanley Johnson, THT, and you got Colin Sexton, who they're all under 25 years old. So he's looking towards 2-3 years from now. He's not looking, they gotta be good right now. They're not going to be good right now. They're not. And Danny Ainge understands that. He said it's going to be a process. So I know it's a few things. Number one, he felt like Donovan Mitchell was not that guy to lead you to a championship, and I agree. I'm high on Donovan Mitchell. I think he can be the second best player on a championship team, but I don't think he's a guy that can lead you to a championship. It's very hard to do that when you're 6'2", and a high offensive player, a jump shooter like Donovan Mitchell, right? Cavs are back. We had the best offer. Tuning Sports, out to Tuning Sports from Cleveland. Mike 2X says Clippers 2023 champions. You already know, bro. They already know the truth, you know what I'm saying? But they're going to have to wait until the actual time happens. But they already know. Danny Ainge, man. Danny Ainge knows what he's doing. Okay, I don't particularly care for him too much because he's a Boston native and all that. I don't really care for him too much. And I don't like what he did to Isaiah Thomas back in 2017. But the man, he understands his job. He's basically saying to himself, okay, I got a team that's not going to win a championship. I got a guy who's not a number one option on a championship team. How far can we go with this roster? Right? So now what they have to do is they have to blow it up. And what I think Ainge is trying to do, he's trying to get this French player, I think he's about 7 foot. He's trying to get him in the draft. That's what he's trying to do. That's who he's aiming for. So, yeah, I think Utah, that's the reason why they did what they did offloading Donovan Mitchell. And I think they did him a favor. But that's enough for the Utah Jazz. If I look at the Cavs, are they a top 4 seed with this move? Y'all can put this in the comments. Make sure y'all hit the like button as well. Are the Jazz a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference? Okay. If we look at their roster, let's look at the Cavs roster, what they got going right now, right? So this is their starting lineup, projected starting lineup right there. They got Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. That's going to be their starting 5 at the moment. Right now, that's what they're projecting. Right now, y'all can see where it says potential 22-23 starting lineup, Cleveland Cavaliers. So that's what they're looking at. So if I look at these 5 players, what do they all do right? What do they all do special? Well, you got Darius Garland, who's already an all-star in his second season. He had him in the play-in game last year, but at one point the Cavs were in the top 4 seed in the East. But what happened? They had injuries. Ricky Rubio went down. Colin Sexton went down, right? But they were rolling in the Eastern Conference before they had started having injuries. So Darius Garland, to me, is a very, very up-and-coming point guard I would love to play with, because he's a pass-first point guard. He doesn't seem like he's a guy who's toxic. Good locker room guy, good teammate, not about nonsense. He's going to put guys in the right spot. Very, very fundamental. He can score, fearless. He is a little bit undersized at 6'1", I believe. But I mean, he's still a point guard. I mean, he gets the job done. He's also, I'm very high on Darius Garland. Isaac Okoro, from what I see, he's more of a slasher. He's an energy guy. He does the little things, the dirty work. You definitely need one of those guys to help you get to a championship, because every team has a tough guy. Every team has a guy who's going to do things that other people don't want to do. Box out, dive for loose balls, cut, slash, guard the teams. But like, that's what the great teams have, right? And then you got Evan Mobley, who's from San Diego. That's where I'm from, actually. He's a legit 7 feet. He's a legit 7 foot tall dude who, you already know what he does. Runs the floor, blocks shots, athletic, long. You know what I'm saying? He does all that at his position. Right? And then you got Jared Allen. Because, like I said, you got 3 All-Stars already with the team that they had. Jared Allen's an All-Star. Evan Mobley was an All-Star. Darius Garland, all 3 of those guys were All-Stars. And you had Jared Allen, who's just a swat machine, Afro Thunder in the paint. Right? And again, all these guys are young. All these guys are around 25, under 25 years old. I'm not sure how old Jared Allen is, but I think he's relatively young. I think the Nets had him, and they had a chance to keep him. I think they're wishing they had kept him. And then that's not to make matters worse. They got Karis LeVert coming off the bench. They got Kevin Love coming off the bench, and they got Ricky Rubio coming off the bench. So again, you got Karis LeVert, who's a 20-point per game scorer, who was an All-Star a couple seasons ago. So you add that, and you had an All-Star player in Donovan Mitchell, who is the player they exactly need. I'm big on fits. I'm big on how you fit with a certain team. If you got a guy who's a team that's more defensive oriented, that means you need a scorer. If you got a team that's more offensive oriented, that means you need defensive guys. It's all how you fit. Mitchell, I was hoping that he would into the Miami Heat because I thought Miami needs more offense. I think Mitchell would have gelled in very well with Jimmy Butler in that culture, and I would like him to go to Miami, but it seemed like Miami didn't have the picks for the Utah Jazz. What's up, Chris? Salute, Beach. I was shocked when this happened. Everybody was, brother. Everybody was shocked. I was literally sleeping. Pegging when they say LeVert can start the 3. Here's the thing, bro. They don't even need LeVert to start. They can bring him off the bench and let Okoro start, because what's that going to do? Donovan's going to get more shots up. Because when you got Karis LeVert and Mitchell at the same time, somebody's going to have to sacrifice shots. So I think with Mitchell and Garland, that's a perfect backcourt because Garland's a pass-first point guard. He's going to make sure Mitchell eats. And then you got Ricky Rubio on the second tier. When he comes back from that ACL injury, you can put him with Karis LeVert, and then Karis LeVert can eat. And then you can just keep allowing people to continue to do what they do best. And that's what a role is supposed to do. Find something that you do greater than everybody else, and it makes the whole team flow and makes everything fun. And not to mention, they got a hell of a coach in JB Bickerstaff, who's very underrated. I think he was a top 5 coach of the year candidate last year. But I mean, he didn't get the award because he didn't have the record. And it was only because of injuries. But like I'm saying, this team right here, bro, they are competing against the likes of Miami, Milwaukee, Philly, Brooklyn, Boston, Toronto, Atlanta. Like, do I think they can be a top 4 seed in the East? I think they can. Because again, I think they're better than Philly. I think they have a better roster, a better team, better fits. I think they can compete with the likes of Chicago. I think they're better than Chicago. I think they can beat Chicago. I think they can compete with Brooklyn. The only 2 teams I think they're going to have trouble with is Milwaukee. Well, I won't even say that because they got the size from Milwaukee, but they got to deal with Giannis. They got Drew Holiday for Donovan Mitchell. And I'm not saying you can stop him because you can't stop an offensive player, but you do have a guy in Mitchell who's gonna, or Drew Holiday's gonna make it tough. Kind of like what Holiday did to Devin Booker in the finals a couple seasons ago. That's what he's gonna try to do with Donovan Mitchell. And then you look at a team like Miami, who is defense everywhere on the court. And they got Jimmy Butler. The only problem, again, with Miami, they don't have the offense that I think they could really have. But what Mitchell is to Cleveland, he could have done the same thing with Miami. Better than Philly? Nah, man, they're better than Philly. Philly doesn't have the team. They don't have the team around to compete with Cleveland, bro. They don't have the team. Their bench is. I keep telling people, Philly is not a great team. Their bench is terrible. That PJ Tucker move was an overrated move. Cleveland was my sneaky pick because I was wondering why they didn't sign Sexton yet. But they went. But then when Donovan unfollowed the Jazz, that was like when he was going to see. I saw that yesterday too. But you know how sometimes players do stuff like that all the time, and nothing means anything. But I did see that he unfollowed the Utah Jazz, and I think, in my opinion, I think he had to get out of Utah. The way they were going, the direction they were going. I was told that he's not particularly fond of the city because of some of their laws and stuff, and how just the people in Utah. You already know Utah how it is. It's not very diverse. Not many black people there. It has a lot of from what I reports said they have some racism in the fan base. So I mean, Mitchell being who he is, I don't think he was comfortable in that environment. So I think it's going to be a fresh start with him playing with a guy like Darius Garland. And another thing, and I don't know if people caught it, he was actually playing with Darius Garland in pro-ams in Miami. So ironic that now you have these two playing with each other, Darius Garland and Mitchell. So, it is what it is. Make sure y'all keep hitting that like button. But as far as the last thing, like who won the trade, I mean, like I said, both of them got what they want. I think this was a great trade for both sides. I think with Utah getting the picks and being able to, continuously have that roster and get younger, they're going to be good for next couple of seasons. And I think Cleveland, they're going to really amp up to be a very good to great team. Within the 5 years, they're going to be a great to good team. As a matter of fact, people echoing, could this be a way for LeBron to come back to Cleveland? I don't know. I'm not going to jump to that conclusion because that's still like a year or two away. But he did say at All-Star break, don't count nothing out. And when you got Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and a Jared Allen, and you got a LeBron who's going to be older, what he loves playing with super teams. So I'm not going to count it out. It could be a possibility, but we'll see what happens. And also the Knicks, man. I don't know. New York Knicks, man, they are disappointing. I would hate to be a fan of that franchise. Once they signed RJ Barrett to that deal, I know Donovan Mitchell going to the Knicks was over. Because first of all, like I said, I don't think he should have went to the Knicks anyway. There's no way in the world. There's no way in the world the Knicks, as big as a franchise they are, make so many dumb decisions. You had a guy who literally verbally said he wanted to go to your team, and you still couldn't close the deal. That's pathetic. And then you sign RJ Barrett, who's not going to take you to no championship, not going to give you no box office. New York needs a star player, and you had a chance to get him. He went to a team that no one thought he was going to go to. The Knicks, they dropped the ball once again. They probably going to make a move for some aging star or some washed-up star down the line. So, I mean, they're just a pathetic franchise. Julius Randle is not that guy, man. They paid him way too much. He can't even go right. Well, you know what, Bubba? I'm gonna let y'all in right now. Because if y'all saying that the Cavs are not that good based off the roster I just showed y'all they have and the depth that they have, yeah, come up in here. Please come up in here, cause yeah, let's see what you guys have to say. He says now Spider has to go through Giannis and KD, and he ain't got to go through them by himself. That's the thing. He doesn't have to go through them by himself. He has help. So yeah, man, this is a great move for the Cavs, man. And the coaching they have right now, I think is going to be great for this team. So, like I said, I want him to go to Miami, but I am not sad about this move at all. I like this move that the Cavs made. So y'all come in here and we can cook on this and see what happens, bro. See what happens. Lakers ain't getting he said Herm said the Lakers they're done. I'm like, they've been done, man. I saw a report saying that the Lakers could get they're interested in Donovan Mitchell. I'm like, all right, that don't mean you're gonna get him. Nobody wants to go to the Lakers. I keep telling Laker fans, nobody wants to play with y'all. Who wants to be a part of that circus, that travesty over there? But I'll say this. The Eastern Conference is going to be lethal. Right? All right, man. Come on, Bruce. Come with it.
What's up? How you doing?
What's up, bro? What you got?
I know Mobley, Kevin Love, they're gonna grab a lot of rebounds because there's gonna be a lot of breaks. No defense, no defense in the backcourt, and teams with a good backcourt are gonna feast on the Cavs. Feast on the Cavs. And you said that they're better than the Sixers. What? How are they better than the Sixers? I put Tybo to guard Mitchell.
Can't keep up with Mitchell. If Kawhi and PG couldn't keep up with Mitchell, what makes you think that Matisse Thybulle could?
Without Kawhi, Mitchell couldn't keep up with the Clippers. So what?
No, you said Matisse Thybulle, you put him on Mitchell, bro. He's not quick enough for Mitchell. He's not athletic enough.
He's not quick enough. He's not athletic enough. Did you watch the Sixers, man? Come on.
The Sixers are not good, man. We saw without Embiid, bro. They look like a playing team.
Okay. I mean, do you think Darius Garland is gonna be that good?
I love Darius Garland's game. He's a very, very solid point guard. He makes the right.
Can Darius Garland guard someone?
This is a thing, and I knew you were gonna say that. They got so much length that they make up for that backcourt size. They got 6'5" a court. Listen, they got size
in the front court,
right, and the wings too.
Where?
Okoro, the guy number 35 is 6'6". Karis LeVert 6'6". So they got length and they got 3 7-footers. So it's like that makes up for their lack of size in the backcourt. It would make I would hear you out if they didn't have any size or really no good defenders. But the fact that they got that's gonna help. Darius Garland and Mitchell, they don't have to be elite guards. They don't have to be elite defending people.
I'm gonna bookmark this live because I know I'm gonna be right. Because the three is questionable now. The three is questionable. Marketing was better than people think. It gave them an advantage because it was tall. And who's gonna be the starter? Osman, that number 35, or Oscoro or something? Levens. Come on, man. No. Darius Garland and Mitchell are questionable defenders. Mitchell doesn't really try to play defense.
Okay, so what offensive duo in the East really plays great defense? So since we want to compare, you got Mitchell and Garland. You take let's look at a team like let's look at a team like Chicago, who was a top 4 seed last year. Do either one of those guys play defense? DeRozan or Zach LaVine?
Do they play defense? They play defense enough on those short guys.
No.
You know, Garland
So you
and
think they can keep up with Garland and Mitchell?
yes, they can guard Garland and Mitchell.
I don't see it. I think Lonzo will have
Zach
something to
LaVine
say
is
about that.
athletic enough. Zach LaVine is athletic enough. Sorry, Zach LaVine is athletic enough to keep up with Mitchell.
Okay, you do know Mitchell's averaged 26 points a game in the West, which has more better players.
I mean, what was his field goal percentage averaging that? How many shots did he attempt to average that?
That's okay. So you're talking about his field. I'm talking about his points. He's okay. The bottom line is Mitchell is going to get his points. They're not going to stop him from getting his points. Darius Garland's going to get his assists. So nobody in the league is going to stop anybody really. Great offense always beats out great defense.
Okay.
But I look at the whole team around Bruce. Like I look at Ricky Rubio on the bench.
Okay.
Who is another version of Darius Garland. All I got to do is put him on the bench, and I got Karis LeVert. They're going to have so much offensive scoring power and defense in the front court. That's a balanced team.
Okay. I mean, Jared Allen can score. Mobley is okay. I mean, the bench is questionable to me. So only LeVert and Rubio. After that, who else?
Kevin Love. He's a stretch 4. I'm telling you, man. I don't think the Cavs lost anything.
They lost a lot of picks.
They ain't gonna need them. Those guys are less than 25. That's what I'm saying. They're less than 25. Darius is 21. Mitchell's 25. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are still in their like these guys don't need those picks.
This guy said that the Cavs are on the top of the team. Okay, stop smoking, man. Come on, the top of the East.
They were a top 4 point guard, or top 4. They're a top 4 team before they started getting injuries.
They're not better than Milwaukee. They're not better than the Sixers. They're not better than the Raptors. They're not better than the Bulls.
I think they're better than all 3 of those teams. I don't think what does the Raptors do to put them over the Cavs? They'll have no stars of a Donovan Mitchell.
They have a better coach.
I don't think so. I think Bickerstaff is very underrated.
Bickerstaff is a better coach than the guy in Toronto?
He's not that much of a better coach than Bickerstaff. He's a good coach. He's a very good coach. But you can't say that Bickerstaff is just like so below Nick Nurse.
You think Bickerstaff would have won the championship with Kawhi when Kawhi was there?
Yeah. Because it's the players that make it's the coach. You can only do so much. If you don't have the players, it don't matter how good of a coach you are. You still gotta have the team. And I'm saying the Cavs have a better team, fully loaded team, better superstar or better all-star than the Raptors. I don't think the Sixers are balanced enough to beat this Cavs team. I don't think Chicago, they have a chance, but they're not even as balanced. This is probably one of the top 3 balanced team in the Eastern Conference, next to Miami and Milwaukee. And Boston, I'm sorry.
You know why Darius Garland was an all-star last year? Because he had freedom to think. He didn't have a shooting guard that was gonna be like force him to pass him the ball all the time. Now he has Donovan Mitchell there. So his effectiveness is gonna be less. He's gonna try to please, he's gonna try to force the ball to Donovan Mitchell. And Mitchell is gonna be shooting all those bricks.
I don't think so. I think Mitchell is going to make life easier for Garland. because again, Garland's a pass first point guard. He's not looking to score. So he's looking to pass the ball. So he'll let Mitchell get his shots up. And I think Mitchell's going to be more efficient with this team. But what you got, Bubba?
Salute, Bruce. Salute, BJ.
Amen.
I think the Jazz won this trade, and I'm saying this because of the number of assets they got for one player. Now, I look at the Cleveland Cavaliers and I say, okay, I see them as a playing team, and they're not better than the 76ers because of the addition of Donovan Mitchell. I look at them as a playing team because, unlike us, they don't have a bench either. They don't have any guys on the bench that can come in and give you instant offense, And they have holes. They have holes, guys on the team that have holes in their game, When you talk about their backcourt, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, that's great. That's a lot of offense right there, but no defense. But they get defense in the front court, which means there's no defense on the perimeter, which is going to be a deficiency to their team. And when I look at the Cleveland Cavaliers right now, I can say Milwaukee's better than them, Miami's better than them, Boston's better than them, and Philly's better than them. I don't see them in the top 4 seed next year.
I'm sorry, Philly to me has they're that team that always gets knocked out in the second round. I know that's your team, Bubba, but they've been disappointing. They don't have the wherewithal to say that they're locked in for the top 4. I think
top 4 for the last 5 years. For the last 3 years.
And getting beat out
and Cleveland
in the second round. Like that's when y'all lost against Atlanta that year, I was like, okay, and y'all coach Doc Rivers is a cancer. Now this guy Pagan 180 said that coaching matters, but Doc Rivers is probably in my opinion, when it comes to drawing up offense, that's where you all have y'all problems in the playoffs. That's where the Sixers going to have their problems. Not going to be the season, going to be in the playoffs. And if you ask me to take who I would take between Bickerstaff and Doc Rivers, based off what Bickerstaff has done with less talent, I would take Bickerstaff in a heartbeat. Now, you said something interesting. You said that. Go ahead.
They didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but you also, that's what I'm going to get to. You said that the Cavs were a playing team.
Right.
Okay, so you're saying that they're going to be the same team as last year with the addition of Donovan Mitchell because they were a playing team last year.
Yeah.
What? You said Bickerstaff has done with less talent.
Then Doc Rivers, yes, he had.
What less talent? You mean young talent?
You had Joel Embiid and James Harden. That's 2 of the top 15, 20 players in the league.
You just made a point against your points earlier. You said less talent. You said they're young. They have a lot of talent. Mobley, people said he's the next Tim Duncan. So you have Jared Allen. Of course, he had talent. They're just young, and they were injured. So
okay, so that backs up my point. Before they got injured, they were a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Bro, injuries is not an excuse. The Wizards were the number 1 seed, and Bradley Beal got hurt, and they dropped to the 11th seed.
No, when you get Ricky Rubio who tears his ACL, Colin Sexton's out for the entire. Those are 2 big deals. Those are one of your guys. That's a starting point guard or a starting guard, which is Colin Sexton, and you have Ricky Rubio come off the bench. Those are 2 big deals, and they went down to the 8th seed. Without that play-in tournament, they would have been in the playoffs. The only reason they didn't make because they had the play-in tournament, but technically they were already in the top 8 seed in the East. So you're saying that they're not going to get any better with this Donovan Mitchell trade?
Bro, they will, but they're still a playing team in my eyes. Now, the playing team starts from the 7th to the 10th seed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see them top 6 in the East. They're not better than Atlanta or Chicago.
I'm
sorry. Chicago is not. Atlanta and Chicago. Atlanta, to me, I like Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, but that's an even matchup. Darius Garland and Trae Young against Donovan Mitchell and DeJounte Murray, that's an even matchup.
Right.
And you can look at the team that Cleveland has is more better than the team Atlanta has.
The Cleveland was on the top of the East, top four, top five, because there were a lot of teams with injured players. Brooklyn, uh, um, Philly, Chicago. Caruso and Lonzo missed a lot of games.
Right. Even Washington.
Come on, man.
I mean, I know, but there was a number 1 seed, and Bradley Beal got hurt, and they went to the 11th seed.
Yeah, exactly. And Atlanta had some players that were injured as well.
But that was like the first 10 games with Washington. Washington was not going to hold that for the entire year.
Okay.
And also, Bubba, you said that they don't have any score on the bench. So you saying Karis LeVert ain't a scorer?
Compared to Philly, Karis LeVert is not a better scorer than Shake Milton.
Bro, Karis LeVert made the All-Star team just 2 seasons ago.
Karis LeVert
Yes.
made an All-Star team?
Yes, when he was with Brooklyn. This dude is close to a 20-point per game scorer, man.
Karis LeVert left his talent in Brooklyn. Since he left Brooklyn, it's not as been the same Karis LeVert.
I can't tell.
Wait, was
You
he
can't tell.
an All-Star replacement, or he made an All-Star team?
He made the All-Star team. He was an All-Star.
Yeah.
So it's like either he's still a better player on the bench than anyone y'all got in Philly. And again, Philadelphia to me, when you got James Harden, who's not showing his true James Harden. If you had James Harden as the old James, I'll put Philly. But the fact is, Tyrese Maxey has been their second best player. And I'm sorry, Tyrese Maxey's a good player, but I'm not picking him over Darius Garland. And I got Jared Allen in my front court. I got Evan Mobley. I got Kevin Love. I got guys who can not stop Embiid, because you're not stopping Embiid. What I'm saying is they got the size and the length to compete. So Cleveland's just a better overall team than Philadelphia.
I want to say this, though. I thought Karis LeVert was going to start.
No, I don't think he should. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, again, this is going to help Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. Because you guys got to look at scheme and planning. Isaac Okoro, number 35 in the middle, right? He's a defensive player slasher. He doesn't have to score the ball. So what does that mean? Guys like Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland are going to be able to get their shots off. And it's going to help the team more offensively. And then you got Darius Garland, who's a pass-first point guard, who's going to let Donovan Mitchell get his scoring going off. Because Darius Garland averaged like 9 assists a game last year. And then you have Ricky Rubio and Karis LeVert coming off that bench. Dude, they're going to have nothing but residual good lineups going in and out the game.
Donovan Mitchell had a better team. Number 1 seed in the NBA season. And he didn't do anything. So in Cleveland, he's going to be better. Is that what you say?
He didn't do anything. I don't say when you get the number 1 seed, that's something.
You're playing a lot of bad teams in the season. Depends on your schedule.
Bro, you can't. Bruce. You a number 1 seed. You played everybody.
Yeah, you play a lot of bad teams. You play a lot of bad teams, and some great teams rest their players.
Number 1 seed is number 1 seed. You played everybody.
How many couple years now we see Utah top 4 and they get out of the first and the second round?
No, I think Utah's going to be good. That's why I said I don't think nobody lost this trade. I think both of them got what they want. I think Cleveland got the best player in this trade, a player that they needed, who's going to give them instant offense. And I think that Utah got the picks and the youth for the next 2-3 years. So they both win.
Utah won more.
I don't look at it like that. How can they have won more when they got the best player in Cleveland?
Utah won more because they know they're not gonna win with Mitchell. He's not a number 1 player. He's a number 3.
I tell you, I would say 2.
2. Would it be number 2? Would he be on number 2 in Clippers?
Well, you took the best duo. That doesn't count. You took the best duo in the league and made that your argument.
Would it
I'll
be?
tell you this though.
Okay, go ahead.
I bet you in Philadelphia he would.
What?
You put him with Embiid. If he's on that team, he's the second best player. So you're telling me that James Harden is better than Donovan Mitchell right now? Nope. Nope, he's not. So he can be a number 2.
Bro, what was Donovan Mitchell's stats in the playoffs?
Which year?
This year against the Mavs.
Why don't you talk about the years before that, before they weren't getting knocked down the first year?
Hey,
Donovan Mitchell shows up in the playoffs, dude. I'm not even going for that. He shows up in the playoffs. He doesn't.
He does, bro.
He shows up in the playoffs, and
I don't think against the Clippers.
But I don't think it's good for you to ask that question when James Harden had 12 points in a close. Like, I don't think you're the last team to be talking about who shows up in the playoffs.
Did he show up against the Clippers?
He showed up the first 2 games. It's just the Clippers had the better player.
I mean, without Kawhi, come on, man.
Paul George is better than Donovan Mitchell. He's a better dude. He's played against some damn good teams in the West.
How come he didn't win the 2 games when Luka was not playing?
They lost the game, bro. Utah did not have a good team. They have this Cleveland team's a more balanced team.
They had a better seed. You said regular season count. Yeah,
no, they didn't. Seed. Dallas had a better seed. Dallas was number 4. Dallas was the 4th seed. Utah was the 5th seed this year.
Okay.
And shout out to TuneIn Sports for this comment. Rubio and Donovan Mitchell were teammates in Utah. When you know that team, and y'all want to talk about what he does in the playoffs. So y'all not going to give credit.
Okay.
When he put out that Oklahoma City trio his rookie year. That's what he does in the playoffs.
Bro, that was like 5.
So he's better than Paul George. He was better than Paul George that year.
That in that sequence, yes, but he's not better than Paul George. He's not a better player than Paul George.
Okay.
He's not a better player. Salute to Little Rock. What's good, man?
They were leading 2-1 before Kawhi was injured. I'm sorry. When Kawhi was injured, weren't Utah was leading 2-1, right?
Nope.
Right.
There were two when Kawhi got injured in game 4 and they were already killing them. So really it was 2-2. So
and
like
game
I
5
said,
was in Utah, right?
But like I said though, it was not a surprise. People were surprised that Utah lost to the Clippers. Paul George is a better player than Donovan Mitchell. So all what's happened is that you have Paul George against Donovan Mitchell and PG took over that matchup. That's all that happened. And this is what he averages his entire playoffs. 28 points a game. You don't think that's showing up?
Bro, he shot 39% from the field.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
You're not gonna find too many players who's shooting close to 50% who's making that many points. I want y'all to find a player who's shooting around 50% in the playoffs and still averaging around 28, 30 points a game. Go ahead and find it.
I bet Kawhi could do it. I bet
Kawhi. So you would take Kawhi. Now anybody else? No top 5 players, Bruce. No top 5 players.
Giannis could do it.
Because all his shots are bound to basket. No guard of his caliber is going to be doing that.
Yeah,
so I don't really care too much about the percentage.
Is the worst one.
He's in the 40s. He's shooting 44, 45% in the season. That's good. That's pretty solid for the type of style game he plays. I'm not just concerned about that. Pagan 180 said, any concern for the Cavs about Mitchell's back? See, his dude's already looking at the glass half empty. I'm not looking at the glass half empty. I'm looking at the glass half full.
Well, with Mitchell, you're not getting the glass at all.
I mean, like I said, the Sixers, man, they've already exposed themselves. I don't have no faith in the Sixers. I don't have any faith. in
You
the
think with
Sixers.
Mitchell? You think with Mitchell and the Cavs, they beat the Sixers in a 7-game series?
Hey,
No
if
way.
Trae Young can do it, Donovan Mitchell can do it.
No way.
Bro, Donovan Mitchell has not even been to a conference finals before.
He's in the Western Conference.
Bro, it don't matter.
Yes, it does.
Luka made it to the Western Conference Finals. Damian Lillard made it to the Western Conference Finals. So why
All
couldn't
those guys are better than Donovan Mitchell. All those guys that you just named are better. You're again, the Sixers are chokers, man. I'm sorry. Like it got the coach Doc Rivers does not know how to coach in the playoffs. James Harden is the biggest choker in the NBA, and Joel Embiid. I love him, but it's just like he ain't enough. I mean, we saw what they looked like against Miami when he
Donovan
wasn't
Mitchell
playing.
is a choker too.
He's a choker, but not no James Harden.
See,
He's not no choker like James Harden or James Harden.
bro, much bigger than blowing a 3-1 lead?
Hey, but guess what? What I have on Donovan Mitchell's record is that he was at least the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. He beat a 3. He took down a super team in Oklahoma City his rookie year.
he was the number 1 seed, and what happened?
They lost, but is that more impressive than what James Harden did when he had Kawhi not playing and they got beat on their own home court? I'll wait. Is it more important? Is that more chokish than what James Harden did last year, scoring 12 points and they closed out games?
Didn't Donovan Mitchell did have Kawhi not playing and lost too?
Right.
Which game you talking about?
Against the Clippers.
I told you, man. Paul George is the best player.
Come on.
That right there, that doesn't really say like
Okay,
he
bro.
still showed up. It's just Paul George is a better player, and the Clippers had a better team.
Really?
Yes, the Clippers have a better team.
So you're gonna take Reggie Jackson over Bogdanovic?
I don't know where that came from, Bruce.
You said you had better players, so let's compare players. You're gonna take Ross O'Neal. You're gonna take what's the name? What's the other guy name? I forgot.
Mike Conley.
No. The on the Clippers, who doesn't want to shoot sometimes. I forgot his name.
Terrence Mann.
Yes. You're gonna take Terrence Mann over Conley?
Timeout. Terrence Mann wasn't even starting. So let's do this. Let's go position for position, starter for starter. Would you take Reggie Jackson over Mike Conley right now? Don't think too hard.
Right now, yes, but in that Utah series, I'll take Mike Conley.
No, because Mike Conley didn't even play until Game 6, and that's another thing. That's why I say it's not surprising Utah lost, because Mike Conley was out damn near the whole series.
But bro, when Mike Conley was out, they won the first 2 games though.
Okay, is how much they win by, Bubba? And first, and another thing, who was the reason why they won those 2 games? How many points did Donovan Mitchell those first 2 games did he have?
I remember Donovan Mitchell choking in some of those games. Could not score.
No, he said how they won those first 2 games. So I'm gonna get it back to you. What did Donovan Mitchell do those first 2 games?
He jacked up a lot of shots and made some shots.
No. So you saying 45 points is making some shots?
Because he jacked up, he shot the ball 30 times. Of course you're gonna get 45 points.
No, see that you just put yourself foot in your own mouth. They won the game. And the reason why they won the game is because his offensive outpouring. Kawhi, I don't have a reason to lie about my team. It's the truth. Those first 2 games, PG and Kawhi could not guard him. He was splitting double teams. He was getting to the basket. He was using his first step. They could not guard him. And in the games 3 and 4, Kawhi and PG shut it all. They shut him down, and they did a different game plan. That's what happened.
Let me say this. One reason why he was scoring all those points, because he was off 5 days. The Clippers were fresh off of Game 7, full of adrenaline. Less than 48 hours playing a Game 1. So that's why he scored all those points.
No, you can't give excuse when it suits you, because again, that's not his fault. That's not his problem. that
So
he was still scoring. It's not his problem that they were playing. They took him longer to finish their series than Utah did. That's not his problem.
okay, bro. What I'm saying is the points he scored were effective, but it wasn't efficient because he was shooting the ball 30, 32 times. Of course, you're gonna score 45 points if you shoot the ball 30 times.
That's not true. You still gotta be able to score the ball. You can't just shoot. You can't just say I just shot the ball 25, 30 times and I'm gonna get 35, 40 points. You still gotta be able to score the ball. I don't care if I can't shoot the ball. If Giannis shot the ball 40 times and he from the 3-point line, it's not a guarantee he's gonna have 30 points. You got to give him credit for at least being able to make an impact on those first 2 games. That's all I'm saying. Like y'all just not giving him no credit at all.
No, I'm giving him credit, but I'm not giving him credit for not taking advantage of the situation that he was in. Kawhi's out. You got Game 5 on your home court. You got to close it out. You can't.
Okay, I agree.
You can't
I
let people
agree. I agree.
out.
They lost the series, man.
Right.
But to sit up here and say that the Clippers, I mean the Sixers, are somehow just anything to prove that.
I'm saying that because when the Sixers played the Cavs last year, we beat them 3-1.
Okay. But now look at the team that they have now. The Cavs got a different team now.
Bro, it's only Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell, they got Karis LeVert, they got Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio was out. He'll be back next year. They're gonna have their full team.
Yeah. I
They're
mean,
gonna have their full team back.
Ricky Rubio was younger with Donovan Mitchell. He couldn't do anything. So he's older off an injury. He's gonna be better.
I just Bruce, they beat Oklahoma City.
That's
As a
when
6
Ricky
seed.
Rubio was younger. He was not injured.
He's still an impactful player though. All he has to do is just pass the ball. He ain't got to look to score. What does he have to do so dramatic now that he's in his like 30, 31 years old? He doesn't have to do anything dramatic, man.
Yeah.
And another thing, let me just show y'all what he did against the Clippers.
Donovan Mitchell.
Let me show you what he did against us.
Bro, put his efficiency up there too.
I don't want to pull his efficiency up because that has nothing to do with what he did.
Bro,
He had scored 35 points a game.
Bro, you was making this same argument on somebody else's channel about Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
I was, but you're saying that for saying that Donovan Mitchell didn't do anything.
Nah, I'm talking about his efficiency.
Okay. If you want to say his efficiency is not where it should be, fine.
Okay.
Got you. But now give him credit for what he still was able. He did not show up.
In which series?
When he played the Clippers in 2021.
So you're saying he showed up?
Look, you tell me.
The Clippers advanced though. So his
right, but okay, listen. I said this. I said Paul George is a better player than Donovan Mitchell. But this notion that Mitchell doesn't show up in the playoffs and that's all a lie. That's all a lie. Again, James Harden is a bigger choker than anybody in the league. But y'all got all this confidence in Philadelphia, who has no bench, who has a James Harden who's fat as hell, lazy, and a Joel Embiid who's injury prone. I'm not taking the Sixers as a top 4 seed. I'm not.
So if James Harden is a big choker, Mitchell is a little choker. So.
But wait, James Harden beat Mitchell twice in a row.
Was that in Houston when it's like his first season or second season in the league? And James Harden was that his MVP year?
Yeah.
So I mean, okay. Still doesn't change the fact what he does against actual teams, like against the Spurs and against what he did against Miami last year. This guy looks like he doesn't even want to play basketball anymore. Wants to be in the strip club partying. Like that's what he looks like now.
Okay.
But I think this is what I think. I think there will be a 4 to 6 seed in the East. That's my opinion.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
They're not better than the Bulls. They're not better than the Bucks. They're not better than the Sixers. Sorry.
Sixers ain't done nothing, man. I'll take that bet.
Bro, what has Cleveland done?
I'm looking at this upcoming. I'm not looking at.
Okay.
I'm looking at what's coming.
Fair enough.
I'm looking at what's coming next season, and based off what I saw from Philly last year, the sky is brighter with Cleveland is with Philly.
Who had a better year last year, Maxey or LeVert?
How about Maxey and Garland? That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
No.
You can't compare. You can't compare the Maxey to LeVert, who doesn't even start.
Okay, who had a better year last year, Melton or LeVert?
I'm taking Karis LeVert over Milton.
Why? Because of
he's a better overall player, better score. No, better score, better overall player. He's a better player than Shake Milton. Nobody even knows who that is, except Sixer fans.
Who's on the three? Who's the three for the Cavs?
A scorer. They're a defender.
Okay, so is Tobias Harris the three for the Sixers?
Yeah, I think Harris is better. Yeah, I think Tobias Harris is better.
Okay, so
now look at their front court. What does Philadelphia have in their front court besides Embiid?
Besides Embiid? I mean, there's the Bassi, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I don't know his name either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. Bubba, take the bias out for a minute. Philadelphia is not, they trash.
Bro, Philly. So if we're trash, how were we the 4th seed last season?
And B is a hell of a player. That's why I had him as my MVP.
So we're not trash. We're not trash then. We're not as trash as you try to make it seem like.
The coach, I don't trust y'all coach. Sorry.
I mean,
Glenn Rivers, don't trust him. I can't deal with Glenn Rivers, man. I had him for 7 years with my team. I can't deal with Glenn Rivers. That dude is a cancer.
Glenn Rivers.
I can't deal with Glenn Rivers, man. This dude can't get past. He should call him this Mr. Second because he can't get past the second round.
Glenn Rivers. He got past the second round. He went to the finals twice. Come on.
hey. So what about when I gotta give Mitchell credit for getting his first year's rookie year? That was only 4 years ago. What you talking about happened like a decade ago with a super team with the Boston Celtics.
Super old team. Super old team.
Right.
No, they were still in their early 30s.
Ray Allen was
what? No.
Paul Pierce was 30. Ray Allen was 31.
No
way.
Or no, Kevin Garnett was 31. Ray Allen was, I believe, 32, 33. They were still relatively very good. Shout out to Epic Plays for saying what I've been saying the whole time. Philly has no bench. Hey, Bubba, name their bench. Name their bench right now.
Philly?
Yeah, go.
We got Shake Milton. We got Isaiah Joe. Paul Reed. Daniel House.
He's a fan, so he knows the team, the bench.
We got
right.
Ty will start sometimes. We got us. We got Jaden Springer.
Yeah, see, he knows the team because he's a Sixers fan. All I know is Tybo and Formcast.
Yeah,
Korkmaz. So, Booz, why are you telling me the Cavs, the Sixers are better? And you know they suck. No offense, Bubba. Y'all starting 5 is cool, but y'all bench is not there.
Sixers are better because they have the best player. They have the best promising player. They have a good regular season player, you know, and they have an experienced coach. Okay.
Who? Glenn?
Doc, not Glenn. Doc.
No, he ain't a doctor. The doctor knows what he's doing. Glenn is trash. See, Bruce, why you do that though? You know the playoffs is what matters. What does he do in the playoffs? What does he do in the playoffs?
What his name done in the playoff? Okay, thank you.
But my coach is not going. Glenn is the type of coach. I'm telling you, this
Has
guy
he
can't be.
coached-
He can't
has
be
he coached in the
trusted.
playoff yet? Has he
He
coached
can't.
in the playoff yet?
He can't be trusted, y'all. I'm telling you, he puts shackles on you. Like he will put shackles on your best player
Okay.
every time. Right? Don't trust the process. Don't trust it. I don't trust the process. We've been saying that. And Bubba, how long y'all been saying that? Trust the process.
The only spider I trust is Spider-Man. I don't trust Spider-Man. So.
Well, we're gonna see this year. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see. And we gonna bookmark this live. And I'm gonna tell you,
I am
let's
bookmarking.
bookmark it right now.
Okay, we'll see.
Because I guarantee you the Cavs will be better than the Sixers.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's bet. 200.
I bet y'all let's do 50 apiece.
50.
I'm not betting.
And bet. All right, me and Bubba. $100, Bubba. If you put up or shut up, Cavs gonna be better than the Sixers this year.
Well, you said 50 or 100.
Let's do 100. That the Cavs are gonna be better than Joel Embiid, James Harden, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, and Glenn Rivers. That sorry ass starting lineup. I bet the Cavs are gonna be better than them.
So the bet is the Cavs are gonna have a better record than the Sixers.
The Cleveland Cavaliers will have a better record than the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2021-22 seasons. Book it.
Okay.
What about if the Sixers make a trade and they get better? So the bet is still on?
Hey, as long as Glenn Rivers still on as the coach, I don't care who you get.
Okay.
I can get whoever. I don't care who y'all get.
If they get KD, you agree? You still agree?
No, KD ain't going nowhere. He already signed that monster deal.
Okay.
All right, we got it. 100.
Okay, I'm a witness.
Right.
Put cash out. That's easy money.
But I know the Cavs gonna be better than the Heat. So
see, hey, Unc, you heard that?
They're gonna be better than the Heat, I know, because
man, Miami.
Mitchell is better. Mitchell is better than Bam. Mitchell is better than the only player that's better than Mitchell is Butler. After that,
we are the Miami trash.
I didn't say all that. Okay.
You said Miami's trash, Bruce.
They trash.
Not me. I didn't say all that. That's Bubba. I didn't say Miami trash. No.
How they trash though when they beat the Sixers?
Bro, MB was hurt.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
But
hey,
bro,
so they gonna beat. So if the Sixers and Heat meet again, what's gonna happen
in the playoffs?
In the playoffs, with that bum coach y'all got, and that fat boy as y'all point guard, who's gonna take over?
Maxey can take over, and B can take over. What you talking about? Hardy can take over. And
James Harden? No, he can't. In the playoffs? Nah.
James Harden lost weight. He's not that big anymore. I saw him. He's slim.
Yeah.
Watch my mouth about what footlessness, man. I didn't say anything.
Let me ask you a question, BJ. You think the Cavs are better than Toronto?
Ooh.
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, enlighten me though.
Hey, Big Tone want that link.
You heard what y'all said about his team. You coming in talking that BS. All right. But what the Raptors done?
Bro, what has Cleveland done? The Raptors were in the playoffs.
I'm not okay. That was before they got Donovan Mitchell.
Exactly.
He's a better player than anybody on that Raptors team. Scotty Barnes.
I swear to God, Scotty Barnes lock his ass up.
No, he's not. Dude,
Mitchell is not better than Siakam.
Siakam ain't been that good since Kawhi left. Ever since Kawhi left that team.
Okay.
I mean, have you heard? Has he made an All-Star team since Kawhi left?
Yes.
You have to look that up.
The next year that after Kawhi left, he made the All-Star team.
Okay. All right.
And he was second team All NBA.
Still taking the Cavs. What up, Unc?
He knew I'm here. He knew I was listening soon as he seen me. That's why he talked that crazy, stupid ass shit. he seen me in the chat before I do my show. I was supposed to start at 8, but I was running late meeting stuff, so I'm gonna do it at 9. So I seen you on, so I definitely was gonna stop by. But yeah, this motherfucker still talking that shit about the Sixers. Man, give it up, man. Give it up, nephew.
The last time me and Elenia, we cooked your ass.
I know you did. You did. Sure you did.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. How you cook a motherfucker who team just beat the fuck out you, motherfuckers? Explain. I'm waiting for the explanation. Explain it. Go ahead. And we didn't even have Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry got hurt in the second game.
MB was hurt.
Right. MB was hurt. Yeah, we had hurt players too. What's your point?
Y'all didn't have hurt players. They were on the court.
Kyle Lowry was not on the court. Kyle Lowry left the second game. Hold on. Now, I'm going to show you how crazy and silly you just sound. You just said our player wasn't hurt. We was on the court. Did MB play?
MB, he was hurt.
Did MB play? Was he on the court? And you just said he was hurt. You sounding like Mookie now.
Nah,
look, and nephew, I cooked Mookie so bad yesterday. Don't worry about it. I cooked Mookie so bad yesterday. Do you know I had that motherfucker say he not a Kawhi fan or a Clipper fan?
Oh, no, he didn't. He said that.
Go to my last night. Go to my last night stream and just go through till you hear. That nigga said he not a Kawhi fan or a Clipper fan. Oh, you know I had fun with that motherfucker.
Wow.
You know
he was that good.
Yeah. You know I had fun with that. Now he gonna call it bullshit, but I'm gonna do him like he do everybody else. I'm gonna save and clip it, motherfucker, because that's what he do to everybody else. Oh, I got for his ass. I cooked them niggas so bad. All three of them. Tim Simmons, Ken, and Mookie talking that Bam shit. Talking about Giannis averaged 22 point on Bam. So I let him talk his shit. Now, I didn't pull it up last night. Even though I didn't have to pull it up because I know Mookie was capping. But I let him talk his shit. So I goes back last night after my stream in. First of all, Giannis averaged 22 points for the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried to make the people who listening think that the whole 22 points is on Bam. Because Bam on the Miami Heat.
Right.
But one thing he didn't do, he never pulled up the stats when Bam is watching Giannis, how Giannis' percentage goes down. Never pulled that stat, but that's how I get him. See, I told you we call him the opportunist. He only do shit that benefits him. But I cooked that motherfucker so bad. He said he's not a Kawhi or a Clippers fan.
Man, I'm about to get on him about that.
Oh yeah. He gonna play. Hey, he gonna play like he's joking. Don't let him get away with it. No, motherfucker, you come over there with that bullshit, all that Bam bullshit. Yeah, but now back to you bum ass Sixers.
I should have been there.
You just cooked yourself. You said. Hold on. Let me get to nephew real quick with this dumb shit he just said. You said when I said Kyle was hurt, you said your players was on the floor. Didn't you just say MB was hurt? Yes or no? Let's get to this quick. I got things to do. Didn't you just say Embiid was hurt?
I'm just gonna go on here.
Didn't you? It's a yes or no answer, nephew. Didn't you just say Embiid was hurt?
Embiid was hurt, yeah.
Okay, was Embiid on the floor?
In what game?
Ain't this a bitch? I'm gonna ask you again. Was Embiid on the floor in any game?
The last 4, he came back in game.
Was Embiid on the floor in any game?
He came back in game 3. He missed the first 2 games.
I'm gonna say this one more time. Was Embiid on the floor in any game? Yes or no?
He came in game 3.
Yeah. I know. So you just blew up your whole bullshit ass argument about our hurt players on the floor. But now I'm gonna reverse it. I'm gonna play your game because I still cook you either way we do it.
And I'm
my hurt players. Hold on, my hurt player was on the floor playing, and we still whipped your hurt player's ass 4-2. You can't get out this, nephew. You are bums. Either way, that bullshit take you try to take, you can't get out of this. Tobias Harris over me. You finished? Now go on. You go on. What up, Lil Rock? Yeah. Go ahead, nephew. Your turn. I already cooked you, so it really ain't nothing else I'm gonna say. I'm just passing time for the next 7-8 minutes before I go over there. I'll do my show at 9 o'clock. Yeah, go ahead, nephew. Your turn. Cause I just cooked your ass. I just blew that bullshit up that you was talking.
So Kyle Lowry played all the games, right?
He did not play all the games with the Sixers. He got hurt in the Sixers game.
So how many games?
He missed like I think he missed 2 games.
Yeah, he missed 2.
I think he missed like 2, and then he came back. But shit, when he came back, that hamstring, he tried to play because that's what veterans do, bro. That's just what, and I ain't even blaming Embiid because that's what veterans do, bro. Especially in playoffs, whether they're hurt or whatever, they just gonna play. That's across the board. That's what veterans gonna do. But it wasn't nothing. Kyle know what nothing do. But hey, man, he wasn't gonna set out. He wasn't gonna set out Boston series after we whipped y'all ass 4-2, hurt and all.
You act like we never whooped your ass before.
Did you whip our goddamn ass in 2022 in the playoffs?
No, we didn't. We
lost. Okay then. Okay then. Now go ahead back 4 or 5 years ago. Go ahead. I'll let you go. So you can think that you even it out. I play your game. Go ahead back 4 or 5 years ago. Go ahead. Come on. Go ahead. Tell the people.
When we beat you in 5.
You beat us in 5.
And y'all beat us.
You beat us. Okay. And we beat y'all in 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, was that a win for y'all? Was that a loss for y'all?
It was a win for us in that series. Because we advanced.
I swear. I don't know who. Let me tell you something. I don't know who the worst. You or them delusional ass motherfucking Laker fans. I'm starting to think you Sixers fans are the most delusional motherfucking fans now. I think y'all surpassing Lakers. I really do. I think you motherfuckers surpassing Lakers, bro.
All right, let me ask you a question. When you said, is that a win for you? What do you mean by that?
Did you win? I don't care if you won an extra game more than us. Did you win the series?
We won the series.
Bruh, you only won 2 games. What are you talking about?
Nah, you told me to go 4 or 5 years back, and I'm going.
No, right. I said 4 or 5. Y'all beat us 4-1. I'm just letting you have your fun because you can go back 4 or 5 years. So I'm just letting you have your fun. Okay, you beat us 5 years ago, 4-1. Now let's come up into reality, into the present. Who just whipped y'all ass? 4-2. Yeah. See, I let you have your fun.
We lost, yeah, because we had injured players.
Oh, yeah, so right. So we ain't had injured players. We didn't have injured players. All our players was healthy as hell, huh?
When you bring up injuries,
all our players was healthy, wasn't he?
James Harden should have been on the injury list the way he played. The way that nigga played, he should have been on the injury list.
Hey, look, nephew, BJ, I ain't even bring up that. Y'all got 2, 3, 4 superstars according to you, motherfucker, and especially James Harden. Now he was healthy. He better than, according to y'all, than everybody on our team. So how the fuck he only get 11 points? I'll wait. I'm gonna sit right here and wait. I still got 5 minutes before I go on my show.
Okay. How Jimmy had 6 points against Boston in Game 4?
I don't know. He ain't score, I guess.
Okay, so James Harden didn't shoot.
Hold on. And Jimmy was And Jimmy was playing hurt.
He wasn't hurt.
Jimmy was playing hurt, bro. Jimmy was playing hurt. He was playing knee hurt. Don't fuck with me, bro. Don't fuck with me. See, I'm not making no excuse about Boston because we was injured and we still took them to 7 down to a last shot. So if you think you gonna get on me, you and Mookie, because we lost injured players and all and came all the way down in Game 7 to 1 shot, you motherfuckers think you gonna upset me or get on me or whatever it is that you think you're doing? Bro, you talking to the wrong motherfucker. You are talking to the wrong guy. Deidre is. You talking to the wrong guy, nephew. So go ahead and keep on with that Boston shit. But Boston is not your team. So you can try to ride the Boston train. Let's talk about your team. Your bum ass team.
We're talking basketball.
Trust the process for 20 motherfucking years. Now, since I ain't got too much time, that Cav, I mean, it might move the needle real quick with Mitchell, and they ain't gonna do nothing. Now, you know me. I ain't giving these motherfuckers no creed. I ain't giving these motherfuckers no creed. They get an extra game in. Instead of 7, instead of the play in, they can get 6.
They better than Philly?
Is they better than Philly? Everybody better than Philly, motherfucker. Oh, the whole East is better than Philly.
I see you.
The whole East is better than Philly. So what do you think? I'm gonna say something different?
So if
they definitely better than Philly.
How come Philly was?
And hold on, and they got a deeper bench than Philly.
That's what I was saying. They got a better team.
Okay, name the bench players.
I don't know them motherfuckers.
Now I'm asking BJ.
Oh,
I can name right now. They got Karis LeVert.
Look it up.
They got Karis LeVert. They got Ed Davis, Tim Frazier, Kevin Love, Ricky Rubio. 3 of those guys already are better than the Sixers bench. Rubio, LeVert, and Love are all proven players. Philly ain't got no bench.
And then Philly ain't got no bench.
Fuck. Yeah.
So how come
Philly ain't got no team?
Playoffs last year, and the 76ers did.
You said what?
How come the Cavs, they had the same bench last year? They had the same players.
No, Rubio was out.
Rubio and Sexton was out.
Rubio and Sexton was out.
Ben Simmons was out. Embiid was out for some games.
We're talking about the bench players though. They got a better bench. They have a better bench.
Let me go over there on my site, nephew. I'll holler at you.
All right. I'll try to go over there.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm gonna cook your ass over there too.
Yeah. As long as you're a Sixer fan, you can never be able to cook me, nephew.
I'll cook you.
You lost on that point alone, just because you a fucking Sixers fan. So you already lost. I'll holler.
What up, Lil Rock? What up? Lil Rock?
Probably on mute.
Yeah, he probably on mute. But
hello?
Yeah, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, BJ? What's up, chat? What's up, panel?
Good.
What's up, man?
What's up?
But what's up? I just wanted to say that the Cavs. I think this Donovan Mitchell move. I think it made them like a top 5 seed in the East. I think the East is top heavy this next year, and the Bucks, the Nets, Celtics, Sixers, and the Cavs. It's going in the Heat. It's all going to be pick 'em to where their seeds are at because they're so close in talent. So I like this Donovan Mitchell move by the Cavaliers, and I'm excited to see what this is going to look like. I'm excited.
I am too. I can't believe Mookie said what he said though. I'm still wide-eyed about. I can't believe he said. I gotta go check out that live.
No, I got to hear it to believe that. I'm gonna go too. Where he say it at? What live did he say it?
It's on Unc's live from last night. I'm about to go check that out.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I don't know. He said that he wasn't a Clippers fan, but he always said he a Kawhi fan. If man, I'm cooking him if he said that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Unc will lie about that.
Yeah.
If he said it, he said it. I mean,
Yeah.
but what you see the highlights of the Clippers with John Wall and PG?
Yeah, I saw all of that. On Twitter the other day. I liked what I saw. I mean, we know John Wall's shot wasn't very refined at the beginning of his career. And how the game has changed so much since he's been in the NBA. I think his shot has needed to improve, and I like what I saw from his shot, like his catch and shoots, threes. It looked solid. He looked comfortable taking them, confident. I like how he was playing with PG. I like how PG posterized, punched it in Montrez's face.
Yeah, me too. That was personal.
I love that. Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I liked what I saw. I mean, I need to see more of it. That's just a small sample size, but I liked what I saw.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. We got training camp in a few weeks, man. So
yep,
I can't wait.
Yes, sir.
But hey, fellas, we're gonna have to end the live right now. But we're gonna be back tomorrow during the daytime around 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it's gonna be a little bit earlier tomorrow on Friday.
All right.
So y'all tap in. Got a good subject for y'all tomorrow.
For sure.
Sure.
Bubba.
All right, bro.
All right,
man. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming in to Pull Up Basketball Podcast. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of new faces in, man. Definitely appreciate y'all coming, man. Always love. We always want to make sure y'all give y'all great quality content. We'll be back on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, if you guys have not already subscribed to the podcast, go ahead and do so as you guys are watching, and hit that notification bell to make sure you get all the updated content when we do post our videos. And as well, if you guys like to, show your love in the Cash App, you can do so by, looking in the ticker. It says $BJ Matthews. Again, $BJ Matthews. You know what I'm saying? Mike 2X said, Wall going to have a comeback year. That suicide thought about his past games is a lot more. Yeah, I think Wall, people forget how dynamic John Wall is. And I think people got to understand he hasn't been hurt the last couple seasons. He's actually voluntarily sat out because he felt like he was a starter on Houston. So he's got to actually rest physically, mentally, and spiritually. So that's going to pay wonders for the Clippers. But definitely, man, we appreciate everybody on, man. And for sure, we're going to keep this going, man. Appreciate you tapping in. And until tomorrow, man, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, put it out. Peace. Out here like swimwear.